Hi there. I'm Emerson Schwarzkopf, editor of Stone Update magazine, and I'd like to tell you about my trip in early May to Northeast Italy with the International Surface Fabricators Association, or ISFA. The tour leaders asked if I'd like to go along for a 3-day swing through some hard surface factories, so I bought a plane ticket, booked my lodgings, and headed east from California. The schedule involved 4 stops: the Lapitec Centered Stone Factory in Vita Lago, Breton SPA's manufacturing facilities in Castello di Godego, Antonini Luigi's headquarters in Sega de Cavaillon, and Infinity Engineered Surfaces production plant in Pavulo nel Friganon. Of course, being that we spent several days in Italy, the travel involved a bit more than looking at materials and machinery. Oh yeah, there was plenty of good food and drink, and nobody went away unhappy from a meal. There was also a day in Venice where everybody and their dog seemed to crowd into the city. It was a relief to get back to business. One thing to note before I start talking about this tour, well, you'll hear a lot of talking, as taking pictures inside the facilities was a yes and no proposition, and most of the really good stuff ended up being off limits to cameras. In some cases, you'll have to take my word for it. The tour kicked off at Lapitec, which is northwest of Venice and a few kilometers away from parent company Breton's main plant. This is the factory where the company's centered stone slabs are made using a process that uses the same idea of vibrocompaction as Breton equipment used to make quartz surfaces. It's not quite the same, but the process produces a strong slab that's then sent to the kiln lines for the centering process. Polishing produces some very glossy surfaces before being packed up and sent worldwide. Lapitec produces more than slabs here. While we were there, a crew was taking the sharp edges off some pre-cut pieces before packaging and shipping halfway around the globe to Hong Kong as part of an upscale shopping mall project. Lapitec also devotes part of the plant to its Lapitec Academy to teach fabrication skills. The shop also showed some of the company's matching sinks as well as some other custom items. Food, by the way, returns here for a quick mention. The tour group took its lunch in the company cafeteria, where Lapitec offers a filling hot meal, including pasta, of course, for less than €1 a day for participating employees. And if you're looking for a sweet snack, there's this: a gelato vending machine. Lapitec's showroom offers some interesting concepts, as well as examples of the company's newest through-vein materials. The group also saw the Lapitec Chef induction heating system, an interesting product that's currently going through Underwriters Laboratory, UL, testing for approval in the United States. Right next to the heated area in the showroom is the opposite, a surface area that cools down to help preserve ingredient freshness before going into the cooking pan. A short drive took the group to Breton, and yes, that's how you pronounce it, Breton, for a tour of the factory. Unfortunately, the camera stayed in the bag for this one, although the company did provide some shots of the folks in the neon lime safety vests going through the factory. Breton isn't an assembly line production kind of place. Machines are custom built from massive stores of parts. While the ISFA group saw plenty of automation and robotics during the tour, Breton's factory floor definitely had more of a handcrafted feel. The separate area had plenty of CAD engineers working on designs and programming, though. Breton is also a family company, now several generations deep from founder Marcello Tecelli. The company name is a portmanteau of the Italian word for patents, brevetti, and the family name. There's a very nice commemoration of the founder at the plant entrance. It's not all milling spindles and water jet heads at the Breton plant either. The tour also includes a look at the company's Genesi 3D printing technology using thermoplastic materials. This is no desktop machine either. The work area can be as large as 19 feet by 6 feet with a Z-axis clearance of 51 inches. That's a bit hard to fathom until you consider that Genesi printed a car body for a vehicle at this year's Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Before taking a group shot, Breton also showed a presentation of a complete automated system to take hard surface pieces from slabs to finished product to computerized storage. After leaving the factory, a couple of tour members wondered what kind of place would need or afford a process line with a price tag well in excess of $1 million. The next day, they found one. Like Breton, Antolini Luigi is one of the best-known names in hard surfaces, offering premium materials with premium price tags. It's a company where you sense the commitment to quality and to presentation, including the large white building in the upper left of this shot. That's not a warehouse. That's the showroom. Again, cameras are generally a no-no inside, along with a few other areas on Antolini's sprawling property. The inside, though, is hard to capture in a picture with row upon row of slabs as you walk through in a quiet, calm, and carpeted building, only to find two more sections of even more slabs. And there are a couple of lounges where you can have a snack, an Antolini-branded espresso, and an Antolini-branded can of sparkling water. There are other no-camera parts of the facility designed to impress, including the precious stone collection with hidden doorways and elegant vignettes, featuring materials that run to 5 figures US per slab. And down a concrete stairway and under a building where workers cut sample kits, there's a set of rooms decked out in incredible stone, and constructed, as Antolini staff will tell you, mostly with simple miter cuts. The main part of Antolini's campus, though, is devoted to production, including the automated Breton lines presented the day before, including computer-controlled robot carriers to move slabs and parts. It also has one of the world's largest concentrations of indoor and outdoor overhead cranes. I counted between 15 and 20, and I am sure I missed a few. Antolini's location north of Verona is set in a valley of natural stone processors, but Infinity Engineered Surfaces south of Modena is literally in a different environment, sitting on a crestline of Apennine foothills. It's an unlikely place up a windy valley road to some open meadows and a huge automated factory. Infinity, part of the Atlas Concord Group, produces large format porcelain slabs. The focus is on intense recreation of stone looks, and the company isn't afraid to show its product next to the real deal, as with this marble. The showroom presents plenty of color, although there's a large section also devoted to technical installation methods for wall cladding, which is more prevalent in Europe than in the United States. Infinity is also working on through-vein surfaces, as shown with this clever installation. It basically infuses the veining with a special process that slows down the usual rapid production. As with other stops in this tour, robots tirelessly move stacks of slabs around the plant, which is large enough to be toured with a golf cart. Employees, by the way, often get around with bicycles. I can't put the whole experience in one video, even if I didn't get to record some of the more impressive and eye-popping bits behind the scenes. It's something best experienced in person, where you can get a true sense of scale and sophistication. If you get an opportunity to do something like this, don't hesitate. Take it.